an idiot. I ain't saying your mom was an idiot, but she probably was an idiot. I don't know. But somebody that raised you was an idiot. Mm-hmm. And now you're running around acting like an idiot. It's them. You have to forgive the people that raised you. Your mom, your dad, they were not Jesus and God raising you. No, they were normal people doing stupid shit, running around, being stupid to each other, fighting each other, fussing each other, having drinking problems, drug problems, a hole, and all this stuff. They were normal people. And once you get the Jesus syndrome of thinking like, how can my mother do this? Or how can my father do this? Or how come because they were idiots. They were probably on drugs or drinking problems or whatever. And once you get to the point where you realize your parents were just normal, everyday people who were stupid, you'll be able to let that feeling go of, I can't believe this person did this to me. They didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Join me every Tuesday on Clubhouse to discuss further on today's topic. And you can catch me Thursday live on YouTube, IG, and Facebook for a pre-show of the next show.
All right. I was sitting in my office recently, and I said to myself, I believe the world is majority like delusional. Now, hear me out. It's not based on a DSM-5 criteria, but there are many traits that would think counted as delusion. For example, we marry deadbeats, hoping we'll do better. We sit on the couch, hoping that the weight will just drop off. Then also, we take on mass amounts of debt, thinking that all will be well in the end. But anyway, thank you for tuning into the Mind of a Man podcast, where Bush Counseling Services is very, very humble and enlightened to work with all of you delusional individuals. Without further ado, let the manversation begin. Bartender, cue the music.
Welcome to the Mind of a Man podcast, a podcast where men have manversations on topics they rarely discuss, such as health, family, and wealth, to name a few. Now, here's your host, James Bush.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into the Mind of a Man podcast. My name is James Bush, and I am your manversationist. And today, we got something a little different. Matter of fact, his name is different, and I kind of like it, though. It's Mr. Let Go. Mr. Let Go, welcome to the show.
I appreciate you having me, brother.
Appreciate you. So before we get into anything, I want you to tell my audience, which is mostly males and a sprinkle of females, what is it that you do?
I help people let go of childhood trauma. A lot of things that affect us as adults is really the things that affected us when we were children. Once we are able to take care of that and come to grips with the fact that a lot of us are just grown children, and we let the little boy or let the little girl in us go, everything else comes into fruition and we can actually move on with our lives. A lot of us have resentment, childhood trauma, abandonment issues, and we never want to admit where they're coming from. So what we do is blame it on the opposite sex. These women ain't this, these men ain't this. And next thing you know, it's not that. It's your parent wasn't this, and your parent wasn't that.
Man, we got to stop right there, because before we get into it, before we get any further, because you're getting into my questions right now. So, Game time. Generally, what I like to do is I like to play games. Women would say that as well. But 5 questions, quickly. Get all 5 of them right. Mind of a Man podcast swag. You get 1 wrong, I get to be abrasive towards you for the end of our session. Cool?
All right, cool.
Let's roll with it. Question number 1. Who was Ronald Reagan's first wife?
I don't know. Nancy Reagan? I don't know if it's first wife. I don't know these freaking people.
It's Jane Wyman. Gotcha. All right. Question number 2. What pigment makes plants green?
What pigment?
Yes.
The pigmentation of the plants. I don't know.
Chlorophyll.
Oh,
Gotcha.
wait. I don't think that's the pigment though.
Yeah, chlorophyll. But you know what? We'll roll with it.
Okay.
Question number 3. What is the correct name for a virgin cow?
I don't know. What do you come up with these questions? Who gives a
Random
shit
trivia.
about
I like this,
virgin cow? What the hell?
Mr. Let Go, it's called a heifer.
Okay.
All right. Question number 4. In what movie does Bruce Willis play a ghost?
Ghost?
Huh?
He plays a ghost in.
You know.
Hell, I don't know. What do you get these questions
man.
from?
You know this one, The Sixth Sense.
Was he a ghost in Sixth Sense?
Yeah, he was a ghost in Sixth Sense.
He was a dad in Sixth Sense. He wasn't a ghost. Bruce Willis was a boy's dad, bro.
All right. Last question, not least.
He was
Last
not a
question.
ghost.
Huh?
He was not a ghost. And chlorophyll is not the pigment of a freaking leaf. It's okay. Go ahead.
What's the dude? I've never had anybody debate me. That's awesome. I like this. The 5th question and last question. Tell our audience, where was Mr. Let Go born?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Okay, Philadelphia, PA.
At least I got that one right.
There we go.
Even though I got the last 2 right also, because he was not a ghost. We'll go ahead.
All right. Let's get into the gauntlet real quick. So, we're talking about Mr. Lego, remember his namesake. And my question to you is like, guys, we deal with so much. We got so much anger, we got bitterness, resentment for so many different things. And I think the biggest key in all of this is, how do men let these things go? What are some of the practical steps that you've seen in your career and from your work that can aid us into just erasing and just letting go of all the nonsense?
Forgiving the person that played with your butt. Forgive the person that abused you.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive the person that treated you like shit. Forgive the person that told you you wasn't going to be shit. Forgive these people. Because at the end of the day, the people that raised you were most likely as angry as you presently are. So all you're doing is continuing the cycle of anger. The people that raised you sucked. And the thing about it is, do you want to suck at, like, do you want to abuse your own kids? Your mom, your dad, your uncle, all these people were idiots in some type of manner, okay?
Right.
Pick the person that was the idiot. I ain't saying your mom was an idiot, but she probably was an idiot. I don't know. But somebody that raised you was an idiot. And now you're running around acting like an idiot. It's them. You have to forgive the people that raised you. Your mom, your dad, they were not Jesus and God raising you. No, they were normal people doing stupid shit, running around, being stupid to each other, fighting each other, fussing each other, having drinking problems, drug problems, a hole, and all this stuff. They were normal people. And once you get the Jesus syndrome of thinking like, how can my mother do this? Or how can my father do this? Or how come because they were idiots. They were probably on drugs or drinking problems or whatever. And once you get to the point where you realize your parents were just normal, everyday people who were stupid, you'll be able to let that feeling go of, I can't believe this person did this to me. They didn't know what the hell they were doing.
So I got a part B to that, because you mentioned that word forgiveness. Give my audience, what does forgiveness mean? What does it look like?
It's the understanding that the person that did something to you, it wasn't about you. It wasn't because they hated you. It wasn't because they intentionally meant to do something to you. It was because they were stupid. See, Traumatized people project their trauma on other people. Okay. Any dude you grew up robbing banks, he was stupid. So he projected his stupidity on the bank. If he was a woman beater, he projected his trauma on the woman. It's projection. People project who they are. It's like the sun. The sun projects heat. Why? Because the sun is hot.
Wow.
It's that simple.
Man, I've never heard it put like that, but I mean, it does make sense though. I mean, when we are, and we're just beholding it. And sometimes when I tell people about being their most authentic self, it's not a matter of, when you're in a relationship, especially, it's not a matter of if you're going to see that true person. It's a matter of just when you'll see that person, when they will come out. And so I think you hit it right on the head. It's just about not, I guess, what would you say, not taking it so personal or so like that?
Yeah, you don't take it personal. The sun is what it is. It's hot, so it projects heat. You know what I'm saying? Your mom or your dad or whoever was stupid, they're gonna project stupidity. That's it. It's not about you. People are just stupid. That's it.
Wow.
And once you get to the understanding that your mom was stupid, see, your grandmother was stupid. It's certain things that people, especially Black people, they Jesusized people, like, oh my God. No, they were just stupid. I've had a woman in my coaching group at some point, and I had to tell her, like, okay, she told me all these different things about her grandmother. She did this, she said this. Repeat after me. My grandmother is a dumbass. And she couldn't say it. I'm like, why? Because that's my grandmother. What does because that's my grandmother mean? Your grandmother was a person, just like you're a person. Once you realize that these people are just people, and you're able to say, my guardian was an idiot, you'll be able to say, damn, so it wasn't about me. It wasn't because they hated me. They were just idiots. That's it.
But I do like that, because what you're doing is you're adding a level of I mean, it's humanizing an individual as opposed to deifying them. And when we are able to do that, we're able to kind of see things from a different vantage point or a different angle. So you know that person's going to do things. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to have pitfalls, and they're going to have flaws and things. But you're good with that. Why? Because you not made them this deity. And I think that's so important in our day and age, because you see it a lot with pastors, preachers, politicians, movie executives, anything, you know. So celebrities.
We Jesusize people.
He said he Jesusized them.
Jesus came down and started walking around and started doing stupid shit. People like, well, he's Jesus. No, he's a dumbass too. He came out here doing some dumb shit. I don't care who you are. People have stupidness in them. And if they start projecting their stupidness to you, you got to be like, yo, this person's dumbass. So you can actually recognize the person as a dumbass so you can move on. Wow. The problem is we don't want to recognize people in our lives or in our childhood as dumbass people. Once we actually do that, your brain will literally do the rest. Wow. Our brains label things just like the jars in the cupboard, right? Okay. You want some jelly or you want some seasoning, you look at the label on the front, right? Have you ever went in grandma's house and it wasn't no label on a jar? Do you still take it and put it on your stuff? No, you leave it there because it doesn't have a name. Right. So that's the same thing. When we start labeling people the proper thing instead of labeling them as grandma or mom, just say dumbass, the jar that is in your emotional cupboard changes, and you don't start grabbing to that person when you need them anymore. You leave their ass in the cupboard.
Perspective. Your perspective has to shift. All right, cool. So let's get into our next question. Second question, which is, again, I think you almost already answered it. It's like, why does it become so hard for us to let these things go? Why can't we just get over it? I mean, what's the hindrance? You know, what keeps us from not being able to just let these things go?
Because a lot of us want to be victims.
Oh, okay. Speak on that.
A lot of us want to be victims. It's always somebody's fault. As men, it's always damn white man's fault. If you broke, you ain't got no money, you're a loser, it's the white man's fault. No, you're just a loser. That's it. If it's a woman, it's always a man's fault. No, you're a dumbass. That's it. That's really it. That's all it is. People just want to justify the stupid shit that they do and the stupid situations they're in. It has to be somebody's fault. That's it. Once you get to the realization that it's nobody else's fault, you're just run around blaming people or Jesusizing people. Once you stop doing those two things and realize, like, all right, I gotta stop because I'm ruining my own kids. Because one day your kids are gonna grow up and look at you like you're a dumbass. So stop being a dumbass before your kid grows up hating you and resenting you. Same way we resent the people that raised us. You know, it's just that simple.
Wow. I mean, I'm loving this, dude. I mean, because it's very practical and it's very in your face, though, but it forces you to kind of deal with those things. The one key things you just said was just being a victim. A lot of us have adapted that victim mentality of woe is me and what was done to me, as opposed to just seeing it for what it is. And
as an example,
right
now, Amber Rose, she's old and she's not as sexy as she used to be, and she's not relevant anymore. And she keeps dating young dudes, right?
Right.
And her the last young dude she dated, who she caught him cheating with 12 women. I don't know how this works or whatever. But next thing you know, he's doing interviews about what he did, right? And next thing you know, guess what? He's getting clout. He might be getting opportunities. He's getting followers and all this and that. But the problem is, it's not the dude. It's her choice of the dude.
Right, her picker.
Stop dating young dudes, you dummy, and you won't have these problems. So now she's kind of like putting herself in a position to be victimized, because don't know young dude want your old ass. They just want your followers. They just want the things that come with dating Amber Rose. If I dated Amber Rose, my followers will go up and everything will go up. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at your whole life, are the people victimizing you, or is it your choices? Find somebody your age and settle down. These young dudes don't want you. They just want your clout. She does it left and right every time, every dude. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just sad. But that's just an example of how people put themselves in positions to be victimized. Oh my God, he did this to me. You did this to you, because it's your choice of man,
right?
Or your choice of woman, your choice of a job. You ever seen somebody complain about a job, but they still there?
Yeah.
Find another job and shut up.
What you're speaking of is accountability.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't like to utilize these days.
Yeah.
Being accountable for your own actions within the process, within the system. Something I tell about with married couples is like, you were there and she was there. Both of y'all was in the thing. None of y'all absolved of anything that went on. Both of y'all played a role and played a part. And it is what it is. And that's, again, it's accountability. And so, I mean, that's necessary. It's needed.
Yep. I'll tell anybody, I ruined my own marriage. I'm the reason why the marriage didn't work. I did it.
Wow. Hey, that's bossed up though, right there, because you don't hear a lot of guys that'll say that.
I traumatized my kids.
Wow.
Certain things I did, I'm like, damn. Now I didn't screw my kids up. I wasn't like a crackhead or something.
Right.
But certain things I did, I can really see that, like, damn, man, I did this and I did that. So yeah.
Damn, man, that's dope right there. Because again, like I said, in our society, you don't hear a lot of people who are accountable. So I guess, you're the expert in this. Accountability is one of those pillars and those precursors for you to be able to forgive and to move on and let it go. Definitely.
Yeah.
Give us 1 second. We'll be right back. Mind of a Man podcast.
The Mind of a Man podcast was brought to you by Bush Counselling Services, where we don't merely advise our clients, we accompany them on their journey to realise the life they desired. Look us up at bushcounselingservices.com. That's bushcounselingservices.com.
And we're back with Mind of a Man podcast. We have Mr. Let Go. Like I said, he's in rare form today, ladies and gentlemen. He's in rare form today. I ain't never had a guest like this one, but I love it though. It's for the brothers though. Now. Mr. Let Go. We're forgiven. We decide we're going to let it go. But there should be some evidence. There should be some signs that we are actually achieving this process, that we're actually doing well with this. You know, what are the signs that we've let things go, that we've moved on?
There are no signs. We run around waiting for something to happen. Okay. You go to the gym and you go bench press or whatever, right? No matter what you bench press, no matter how heavy it was, is there going to be a signs that your pecs are no. We don't need signs of nothing. Just stop being, not you, but people, stop being stupid.
Right.
That's it. The day you stop being stupid, you're not going to see any signs. The day you forgive your parents, you're not going to see any signs.
Wow.
You have to start a new lifestyle. See, it's about a lifestyle of going to the gym. See, people who have a lifestyle of going to the gym, they aren't looking for signs. They enjoy working out.
Right.
So it's important for you, if this is what you want, to enjoy forgiving people, enjoy letting shit go, enjoy stop being passive aggressive, enjoy just moving on to something else, enjoy not being stupid. That's really it. And then when you get enjoyment out of whatever it is that you're doing differently, you're going to get the results, but you're not going to see the signs. See, it's about results, and then we don't need signs. This is not a movie, okay? We need, people, I gotta see a sign. You're not gonna see a sign. You're not gonna see nothing, okay? Right. You get in the gym for 4 months, you're still not gonna see nothing.
Right.
So you forgive people for 4 months, you're still not gonna see nothing.
Wow.
We always want something back. No, be a good person for yourself, and things will slowly, keyword slowly, start changing. But no, we got to stop looking for signs. It's not a damn movie.
Wow. I love that, man. I mean, that's real right there, because the biggest thing you said was it's a lifestyle. It's something that you adopt. I mean, it's not like one of those crash diets where you go and you try for a couple of weeks and then after a while you're back on doing what you're doing. But it's a lifestyle. And I think that's so much that with our society today is that it's consistency in a lifestyle. But a lot of people, because
this is why women and men have problems in month 4 or month 6 of a relationship.
Okay.
Because the person isn't what they portray they are. They're just trying to act. And then next thing you know, the person's like, oh, wow, I see signs of a good man or signs of a good woman. They're wifey material or whatever. Next thing you know, the real person comes out because it's not their lifestyle. It's a crash diet of being a good man, or a crash diet of not being a hoe, or a crash diet of not being argumentative. But at some point, the real you is going to come out, and now you're argumentative. You're not cooperative, and you're batshit crazy. And now the person is like, yo, I'm out of here. And now they're like, oh my God, he left me. No, he left. You left you. You left the person that you portrayed yourself as being, and the real you came out, and they don't want the real you. So you left you. Be yourself in the beginning. And if you're a crappy person, go start a lifestyle of being a better person instead of trying to have a crash diet of being a better person. Right. Because once the real you comes out, male and female, the other person is going to leave you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's why our statistics are where they are today.
Unless the other person is stupid and they stay.
And then, man, the whole cycle just goes all around, all over again.
Stupid people just traumatizing each other, and now they're arguing, and now they're together 5 years and they hate each other. It's because both of y'all are stupid.
It's either that or they're delusional. But that's another show for another day.
Right, right.
Mr. Let Go, tell my audience where we can find you.
Mr. Let Go on YouTube. I am _Mr. Let Go on Instagram. My old Instagram page was deleted, probably because of how I talk. And on TikTok, I am _Mr. Let Go. And I have a podcast, so look out for that, which is We Gotta Talk About This podcast.
I'm still laughing at the fact that Instagram deleted you because of the way you talk.
It is what it is.
Probably it is what it is, but you know what? That's cool though. That's cool.
Because I am myself and this is my lifestyle. So I'm not changing unless it's for a good reason for nobody.
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, you got to be who you are. You know, I mean, you can't run from yourself. You can run from everybody else. You can change zip codes, jobs, friends. But man, you take you wherever you go.
Right.
Most definitely, man. So, man, once again, I appreciate you coming through, man. Take care.
All right, have a good one.
What's burning on the bushes next? Great show today with Mr. Let Go. We're talking about the power of letting go. And I'm going to tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, I did not know he was going to say all that he said, but I like it. I definitely like it. I'm definitely a fan and because it's real. It's authentic. And it's something that needs to be stated. Now, how do men let things go? I mean, for the most part, we got to understand of what was done to us wasn't even really about us. It was about them. It's about that other individual and all the other stuff that they had going on in their life. And also, too, with that, we've been taught to deify, magnify individuals in our society, whether it be religious leaders, politicians, church, religious leaders, church, et cetera. We've been taught to place these people on pedestals or so. And so therefore we are setting ourselves up for a downfall because when they fall, we fall eventually as well too. It's so important that we keep things in balance. You know, keep things in balance. That's the best thing I can give you on that one. And again, why does it become so hard to let it go? You know, why? What seems to be? I mean, sometimes it's just the same thing. Why can't you just get over it? These are the questions that I hear a lot in therapy, in sessions. I mean, even sometimes in my personal life, and sometimes I've struggled with that. But the bottom line is that my perspective, who I've made these people to be, you know, how I saw them. I had to change my perspective in order for me to be able to move forward and let that thing go. And so y'all saying, James, what does that actually mean? You know, it's like, in order for me to move forward, there's an engagement that I have to take within the process. And until I'm ready to do that, then I will continue to remain in the same situation, doing the same thing over and over again. Y'all gonna catch that later on in the parking lot. So the third one, and the third big point was, how do we know when we've let it go? How do we know when we've gotten over it? And I like what he's about signs. So sometimes he's like, I've seen the light. Things have shined upon me. Yada, yada. No. It's not about that. It's about creating a lifestyle, doing something different, being consistent. One of my guys that I look at a lot is David Goggins, and he preaches consistency. A lot of other people, they preach balance. And he said, yeah, balance has its usefulness. But if you ever want to be the sharpest and the brightest and the greatest at whatever you're doing, consistency is the key. You really got to go at it. And so if you really want to let things go, if you want to just be that better version of yourself, if you want to be at peace, you got to learn to make it a lifestyle. Even if you don't see the physical signs that you're looking for. It's one of those things where it's like, having faith, even though the physical manifestation isn't there at that point in time. But in doing that, what we do know about forgiveness is we're forgiving that person for us, not them. And as we move on, hopefully moving on to better and greater things. Once again, thank you to Mr. Let Go. Word for the day is, I don't know, skip it. Y'all take care. Oh, and by the way, if you got any questions, comments, or you even think this is a bunch of BS, drop me a line, comment. We're on YouTube as well as Instagram. Take care.